Hey, it's What's Up Wednesday with James, and today I am down here in beautiful Orlando, Florida. Unfortunately, visiting us is Hurricane Nicole. She's already here. It's raining, it's windy, but it's great to be here for the National Association of Realtors Conference this week, and it'll be this week all the way till Sunday, and they'll be heading back to the great classic city, Athens, Georgia, and again, for this Saturday, go Dogs! Beat those Mississippi State guys. It's been brought to my attention that a couple people asked me for clarity on a couple issues with the F510. And, you know, the F510 is notifying the buyer and the seller that the holder of the earnest money is going to be the closing attorney. But down here on number 7, the alternate holder, it says the buyer must immediately notify all parties that the closing attorney fails to become the holder. The alternate holder, who must be a broker in this transaction, shall be blank. In the event an alternate holder is not named, the alternate holder shall be the buyer's broker. Well, unfortunately, that verbiage needs to be revised and re-looked at from our forms committee, because in my case, my firm, we don't hold earnest money. And so what if the other brokerage firm doesn't hold earnest money? And they're like, well, it says right here that the broker has to be named there. But in this case, neither broker is going to do it. So you're sure not going to bring in a third-party broker. So I'm advising my clients, number one, to always follow up with your closing attorney to make sure that they are going to hold the earnest money. That's number one. Number two, if for some reason they decide not to hold it, then you need to have a backup attorney to hold the earnest money. And so, for example, if you had XYZ attorney holding it and you wanted Wiseman Law to be the alternate, you can certainly do that there. So while that needs to be re-looked at, and I've shared that with Seth Wiseman, while that needs to be revised and consider that another law firm can hold that. In this case, sometimes brokers just can't hold it because a broker is not required to have an escrow account. And so let's go ahead and put another law firm in there. But be proactive agents in finding out whether or not that closing attorney that you use, and most do, hold earnest money, and then get the 510 and 511 signed respectively. The second item today, I was asked about the form F258, which is our co-op in the event that we are helping a client buy a piece of property in an MLS area that the broker is not a member of. So right now, for example, Southern Classic Realtors is not a member of the Savannah MLS. We're certainly going to be a member in the near future, but as it stands right now, so if one of my agents is representing a buyer and they're looking at purchasing a piece of property in that Savannah area, you need to use that form F258 to ensure that the co-oping commissions can be paid to our firm, so therefore we can pay our agents. Failure to do that form may unfortunately cost you the commissions, because the MLS states that the broker must be a member of that MLS in order to co-op. Southern Classic Realtors is in numerous MLSs throughout the state of Georgia, and as long as our brokerage firm is a member of that MLS, all my agents are protected on that, because it has to do with the brokerage firm, not the actual individual agent. So keep that in mind. So if one of my agents decides that they want to do a transaction in St. Simons, Southern Classic Realtors is a member of the Golden Isles MLS. But for example, we're not in Savannah, so you want to make sure, if we're not a member of that MLS, that we definitely need to make sure you use that F258 to protect your commissions, so that when you do represent your buyer and the seller is paying commissions, that you get compensated accordingly. So those are a couple of things I wanted to clarify today. It's important to know the rules and regulations set forth, and I'm glad that I'm always in a position to try to help out with those. So again, I look forward to sharing next week and the weeks to come more information about what we learned here at the National Association of Realtors this week in Orlando, Florida. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of good friends and colleagues from around the country. So I want to wish you all the best. I would say stay dry, but right now we can't do that. But I don't think it's raining back home, but this rain may come up that way. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you, and I always appreciate you tuning in to What's Up Wednesday with James. Have a good one. We'll talk to you next week. See ya.